Alright, what's going on, good people? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, baby, representing Team Kings of Games. And today I am fulfilling another deck request for you guys. This would be the first time that FAs has ever been showcased by your boy on this channel. This deck reminds me of a lot of UAs, which is another deck that I experiment with too on this channel. But I think that this one, I don't know. They kind of play in a sense similar, but I think this one's just a little bit faster than UAs are. I know because I play UAs. Like, they can spam consistently, but the thing is, their spamming is kind of just swapping out monsters, so you can summon like 4 or 5 times in one turn, but you'll still only have 1 or 2 monsters because that's how your UAs special themselves. So the FAs can spam a bit more than UAs can. Don't get me wrong, UAs, their main deck monsters are so much more impressive sometimes than the FAs, but also the FAs have some really strong main deck monsters too, and also have some really cool interactions in the meta currently because of some of the floodgates that their monsters, like some of their monsters have actual floodgate-like effects that can really cripple some of the best decks in the format. I felt that was a strength that a lot of rogue decks don't actually have. It's like a once in a blue moon when you run into a rogue deck that has a searchable main deck Dark Law that also is unaffected by monster effectors is really cool. Bullets activated monster effects from like levels or ranks where it's like a Cleafort thing, but their levels can also increase like rapidly. So you can have these guys at like level 13. So basically any monster with the level, or like level 12 to like any monster with the level could like not interact with your hang on mag. Or, for example, your Whip Crosser, which is another really strong floodgate. That could put out some negations. We got a new Link monster. That one was super cheap. One of my friends gave it to me for free. Matter of fact, no, I think I actually got it in some packs that I got from my last locals that I went to. I'm like, yeah, dude, like their new Link monster that they got's pretty cool too. I like that they made this because we already had Dawn Dragster, which was a spell trap negator, and I was just like, dang, I wonder if we'll get an Omni negator. But then we got something better, so now instead of an Omni negator, you kind of could just put up a monster negator and a spell trap negator just off of your FA portion of your deck. But because this is actually FA Metalfoes, which is what I'm getting ready to tell you guys, it actually puts up way stronger boards. I'm not trying to put up pendulum boards because I still wanted to make it feel like an FA deck. So essentially what I did was I wasn't sure how to play FAs. I'm not an experienced FA player, and like I said, I've never put this up on the channel. And this is a request, so I got these cards for a subscriber. Basically, what I was reading was a lot of this deck thrives around field spells, and I was reading the field spells all shared one similarity, was they all had effects if they were destroyed by battle card effect. I was like, wait a minute, these cards search your FA cards. So I was like, what if we can, instead of playing a bunch of FA cards, like playing 3 Hang On Max and 3 Whip Crossers and 3 Dawn Dragster, because honestly, Dark Dragster, because honestly, like, they're good cards, but sometimes you just don't want to draw into a bunch of them. Like, honestly, I'd rather draw into like one of the FA actual monsters and search the rest out so that the rest of the cards in my hand are all gas. So I really like that. So what I did was I actually put Metalfoes into my deck, and the Metalfoes make this deck a lot more consistent, because every time you're opening with your field spells, obviously the basic interaction and simplicity is just to use your Metalfoes scale to pop your field spell, set a Metalfoes spell trap, resolve the field spell. The field spell will search any FA card in your deck. So that literally makes the deck a lot more consistent. It solved the issue where you're just drawing a bunch of field spells, and all they're going to really do is just sit there without having like a test run. Now it's just like it's really explosive, and it has a pendulum mechanic. So all of that was said just to help you guys to get an understanding on why I am playing FA Metalfoes. And yeah, again, this is for the sub. So let's go ahead and hop into the main deck. The deck's pretty fair. Even the best boards it puts out are still pretty fair. It's only gonna put out like the max it could put out is like 4 interrupts. That's the maximum, and that's with the best hand. It's normally 2 to 3, 2 to 3 consistently, 2 to 3. There were times that I had 5, but that was just because like I drew an FA test run for a turn. That was just like random. I didn't know I was gonna draw it. So like you can search test run technically too. But anyways, starting off with FA Auto Navigator. So essentially, I think this is the best FA monster in the main deck. He accomplishes a lot more, and basically this guy kind of covers a wide variety of ground in this deck. He's your field spell searcher. He can bring himself back from the grave. He has a special summoning ability, and also can modify his level, and he's a tuner. So it's a lot of stuff in one card. I couldn't ask for any more. If they put anything else in the card, it would be a little bit too good. But he's strong. FA Auto Navigator is like the best monster as far as the FAs go in the main deck. Then we play 2 Hang On Mac. So essentially, how the FAs work is all of them get their levels increased whenever you activate FA spells or traps, and also they get better effects. Then their effects become more powerful as their levels become higher, and some of them have effects that won't come on until they're level 7 or higher. So Hang On Mac says he gains 300 attack times this level. Almost every FA that has 0 attack is going to have an effect like that, where they gain attack based on their level. So you can also make level 4 guys huge beast sticks, because you can keep increasing their level in the same turn. He's also unaffected by activated effects from an opponent's monster whose original level or rank is lower than this card's level. So again, it reminds me just like Cleafort's. But the cool thing is this guy can make his level higher and higher and higher. So he can get to a point where only a Link monster can actually interact with him, which is really cool. And he's Dark Law. Any card sent from your opponent's graveyard is banished instead. So this is your searchable Dark Law. If you can put up a 2 to 3 interruption board plus this guy there, that's really strong. No matter what deck you're playing, if you can have a test run, an Infinity, an Odd Eyes Absolute, and then like out of nowhere Mithurium, and you're like, I mean not Mithurium but Alkahest, and you're like, okay, I have a Hang On Mech just chilling on the field, so everything's getting banished. That's really strong, especially considering that this deck doesn't even really get the credit it deserves, because I think this deck is really good, especially when you're able to get both these guys out on the field. It gets really annoying to deal with. Why does it get really annoying? Because like your opponent can't play Dangers. It's really hard to play combo decks like Orcus. It's really, really hard to play Pendulums, because guess what? When you play Pendulums, when you have a card like Hang On Mech or Dark Law, they don't go to the extra deck. They go to the Banish Zone. So you're like sending all your resources from your field to your Banish Zone, which means you're losing so much steam, losing so much advantage just to make Electrum, just to resolve certain combos. And then you got this guy, which is like, this guy basically says you can't hand trap. Like, you can't send, I think it says like that. Let me make sure, because I know that you can't send cards from hand to the graveyard to activate certain effects. Let me make sure. So, of course, he gains 300 for each of his levels. Your opponent must pay 300 life points to activate the effect of monsters whose level or rank is lower than this card, which is pretty nutty in time. And also the fact that they must, it's mandatory. It's like every time you use a basic monster effect that's not a link, you're basically paying 300 life points, which can get really annoying. So this guy's like a little trick star. I like that. And also, once he hits level 7 or higher, this guy is basically gonna be saying your opponent cannot discard or send cards from their hand to the graveyard to activate card effect, which means even if a card discards for cost, guess what? You can't pay that cost because you're sending a card from your hand to the graveyard to activate an effect. So this guy's like, you can't hand trap me, you can't, I think you can't even danger, I'm not sure, but I'm positive that he shuts down a wide variety of cards that say discard for cost, like Mermails, and I'm pretty sure he stops hand traps. I'm not 1000% positive on danger, so please don't be the keyboard warrior that says like, oh, you said he stops dangers and he doesn't. Like, no, I did, bro, I'm not sure, I'm not 1000% sure, but I'm absolutely positive of the other aforementioned. Then we have 2 Dark Dragster. Card literally just pops cards on the field. I think this card's pretty strong. The dude can special summon himself once you have a level 7 or higher out. This guy can just literally, and also which is really cool, he can be a huge beast stick just coming out because it's level 7 starting off, but then you just keep buffing him, and once per turn, you can target a card on the field, reduce his level by 3, and then you destroy that card. This card is like, wow, he's really good. A main deck spot removal, that's searchable. So the only FAs that I played were these. I felt these were the best one, and the only one that I wanted to actually play at 3 was Navigator. The rest are extremely searchable because you have a bunch of field spells and you have a bunch of Metalfoes, and you can resolve multiple of different name field spells in the same turn. You can't pop the same name field spell and get its effect because you can only get that effect once per turn. Just want to mention that before, again, the keyboard warrior hops in trying to say I said something I didn't say. So next up for the Metalfoes, yes, Bismugear at 3. Bismugear is the best Metalfoe. Like, this card's insane. Like, dude, Bismugear is literally the best Metalfoe. I don't care what anybody says. You can argue me. You could say, oh, it can't be Pendulum summoned. I'm not trying to hear it, dude. Like, he's the best Metalfoe. You want him in scale. You don't want to normal summon him. We have triple Stealing. We also have triple Silvered. We basically maxed out on all the Metalfoes. Triple Gold and triple Volflame. You also have the ability to search your low and or your high scales. So if you ever draw into one too many highs or one too many lows, you have so many options for searching them out. We also play some really good starter cards. Rescue Rabbit is super good in this deck because your normal summon does not have to go to any FAs. You have the Pendulum mechanic to bring those out after you. So basically, you can have a bigger push. And you can have a stronger board, especially when you're able to Pendulum summon out Hang On Mac, and also with the Whipcrosser, I think his name is, or Cross something, whatever his name is, but the other level 4 guy, and it's better than playing Ties of the Brethren because like Ties of the Brethren deck is good, but at the same time, it has that restriction, and like you're so reliant on that one play. Like I just felt the Pendulum mechanic was just so much better than just trying to make Ties of the Brethren deck. Rescue Rabbit's so good in this deck though, you guys. For our target for Electromite, I chose Hamster. I felt that Electromite just needed one valuable target to make him worth it, so you can get plus worthy advantage off of him, and this is plus worthy advantage. Hamster. Just send that Hamster, get 2 of the same names, plus 1, bam. We do play the Cleave for the Injury. We play Summoner's Arts, we play 15 Metalfoes, and we do play the Dark Worm package. Why do we play the Dark Worm package? Because there's actually really cool combos interacting with him and Destrudo. Because essentially, you're going to be doing a combo where you go Odd Ice Absolute Dragon, summon the the Gate 0, go into Absolute... You go into Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, then you bring back the Scale, and then you go into Absolute, then you go into Vortex. And it's like these interact with each other for that combo sequence. Next up, we got spells. We got 3 Summoner's Arts, which is going to be for your Cleave Forts or your Volflame. We have 3 Painful Decision. Got to maximize on it. This is not a 40-card deck. I believe it's 50-something. Should be 52 if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But I know for sure that it exceeds 50. We have 2 copies of Dragon's Ravine. I wanted to play 3, but I just cannot play 3 Dragon's Ravine in this deck for the life of me as much as I want to. I played 2 City Grand Picks. So this field spell is actually really bonkers. It says that your FAs cannot be targeted by card effects. So essentially, it's just like Spiral Resort. Also, if this card on the field is destroyed, you can search any FA card, and it increases the levels of all FA monsters on your field during the main phase by 2. But when you activate it, their levels get increased because it's an FA spell. So if you have a level 4, the second you activate any one of these, it immediately becomes a level 7, which means it's Dark Law now, or it's the other guy that I was mentioning, which is really cool. We play 2 Off-Roads. Off-Road is a really good comeback card. It has some pretty cool flexibility. It doesn't have the protection from Grand City. That's why Grand City is kind of like the best one. But it's 2 effects. Basically, same thing. All FA monsters on the field gain their levels get increased by 2 during the main phase only. 2 effects. When an FA monster is destroyed a battle, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. That's pretty good, actually, because you can crash your own FAs into your opponent's monster and forcibly take cards out their hand, which means this can actually hand control your opponent. And then, if this face-up card on the field is destroyed by card effect, you can search. All the field spells share that last effect where they search. And I play 1 Grand Prix, FA Circuit Grand Prix, though. This is different from the other City Grand Prix. So this one increases their levels during the battle phase only by 2. When your FA monster destroys a monster by battle, you can draw a card. And this guy searches also when it's destroyed. So I only play 1 of it because it's not that great, but I still like the effect. And also because the field spells are all hard once per turn, you need a 3rd name so that you can resolve a 3rd search in 1 turn. Because you can get really explosive going off with the Metalfoes. We have 3 Test Run. This card is so nuts. I can't believe they even made this card for this archetype. This card is really savage. We have 2 Pit Stops. It doesn't even target. It just destroys cards. Like, it literally is like a tour guide from the underworld as a follow-up. This card's like a Monster Reborn. That's the best effect of Pit Stop. You can draw, but I don't want to maximize on it just for the draw effect, because that's like super niche and it doesn't really come up that much. We got Set Rotation, Foolish Burial, Metalfoes Fusion, Full Metalfoes, Counter, and Combo. Just 1 of each of the Metalfoes spells or traps. Now for the extra deck, we have 1 Electromite, the GOAT. We got Shining Star. Both of these are recurable. You can recycle this. This can be brought back by so many different things, unless you only need 1. You got Decode Talker, Metaltron. Decode Talker is another way where you can put out negations, essentially, if you're playing a deck like Magical Muskets or Sky Strikers, especially when multi-roll to 1. And then for the Metalfoes Fusions, I just chose these 4. I think this was the correct ratio for me personally. And I do play Vortex. I'm also doing this either this combo, or I'm overlaying Volflame plus a Gate 0 or something like that when appealing something to do that, so we can get out Omni Negations like Vortex. You need Omni Negates in this deck, which is why we still play the Infinity package. As far as Synchros go, these were the Synchros of choice. You gotta play the FA ones. Extra deck's pretty tight. And this was the other final Synchro of choice. Dom Draxler is insane in this deck. You can turbo it out. And then once you summon 1 of each of these can get brought back off of Pit Stop. And once you use Pit Stop to bring this guy back, this guy can bring back any one of them. It gets really cool. The deck has some good follow-ups, pretty good protection. Overall, I think FAs just need something. I'm not sure if they are the best pure, but I know that right now that this Metalfoes list is definitely working out better than pure FAs when I was trying to experiment. But thank you guys so much for watching the deck profile. God bless you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Stay tuned for future content, and you folks stay positive, alright? I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile, and thank you to everyone who was patient. I know it took a while to get the FAs, but hey, I'm a man of my word. I can't work on you guys' time. So think of it just like when you pray for something. You're not going to get it when you want, but you're going to eventually get it. So just please be patient. Have faith. Be reasonable on one person. There's 12,000 of you. Thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful day.